Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's very early. So early the clock hasn't even woke up yet, but it's all good. Today we've got some work to do on the truck. We got some shocks, rotors, calipers, bearings, and the good thing about these, made in the USA, that's right. We're gonna put on new shocks on the old Ford. And I got a little tip I want to share with y'all. Here's the old Ford. The hood's popped, it's not crushed up because I ran into a tree. And it did come with a wheel. I just have it off because we're going to be up in the abyss when the sun comes up, which it's starting to. But let's just take a moment and listen to the birds. Stay tuned for a shocking tip on how to install a shock on the front of a 1994 F-150. Hope everybody has a great day. Good morning. It's April 22nd, Tuesday. I hope everybody had a good Easter. Some nice flowers blooming, and we're going to do the part 2 tip on how to install the front shocks on this 1994 Ford F-150. So here's your shock, all this here, up there, and right here, that piece won't allow for a socket, ratchet socket to go on because it heats the wheel well. So I thought, well, if nothing's impeding the wheel well, I'll drill a hole through it and fit the socket through the top spot. And that way I can get the proper torquage on it. If you don't use this method, then you'll have to use one of these ratchets and get that in there, and then you can only move it so far because you're going to be hitting this piece. And I figured, well, I want to try to take care of the truck and change the shocks. I'll make it easy for this installation and future ones. So what you're going to need, it's really easy. You'll need a white stabilo, a nail, or some kind of straight wire, a hex drill bit. I'm using 1/4 inch, and that fits into the hex quick release extended shaft for your drill. And you'll also want a larger drill, circular drill bit for the socket to fit through, the ratchet, and then the socket with an extension that will go through. You'll actually be working on top of the hood, and then you have your larger bottom bolt, which is 18 millimeters. Your top bolt up here that we're gonna really be working with, that is 15 millimeters. And the top bolt is torqued to 25 foot-pounds. The bottom bolt, which is down there, is torqued to 60 foot-pounds. Okay, so what you do, you take one of your nails or the straight wire and you put it against your bolt. Now, granted, this won't be drilled out for you yet, so and you'll have 2 hands, you won't be holding the phone. So the tip of that nail or whatever will be striking the wheel well. With that, you'll take your white stabilo and put a little dot there. Then you'll take your 1/4 inch and drill a little pilot hole. Now granted, before you do all this, go to the top side, see if it's going to hit anything. If it's not, which is the case here, you're good to go. Once you do your top hole, pilot, then you go up from the top and you put this bit on and drill that out, okay? And then once you do that, you can use your extension bar, this long bar here, and be able to take care of that bolt from the top, okay? It's really easy. Do yourself a favor, squirt some penetrating oil on that bolt and up top here, and let that sit in. Some PB Blaster works well. And then, after all said and done, if you want, you can take a piece of plastic like this, drill a couple pilot holes, and take this and set it up there. Mark some holes with the white stabilo, left and right. Drill your pilot holes left and right of that hole, and then you can feed your, what do you call these things? You know what these things are? I can't think of the name. Anyhow, shoot. Someone can leave it in the comments for me, because I am having a brain fog this morning. So anyhow, that's how that's going to go down, and real easy. I hope this tip helps anybody with a 94 Ford F-150 doing your front shocks, and same procedure on the other side. Okay, have a great day. Good morning, everybody. Here's another installment on working on this 1994 F-150. Earlier, I talked about cutting a hole up in the wheel well so you could get a socket wrench down on top of this nut that seats down in here. It allows you to get the proper torquage on it. Otherwise, you need to use just a small handle wrench that will keep on tapping on this side. This is I kind of think it's more efficient. This is a nice 1/4 inch piece of plastic, a little bit bend on it, with some 2 holes and a zip tie that runs into the upper side. I'll take you up there right now. We'll back out. Coming up, and there's the area right here. Here's the zip tie that comes in. Here's the hole that I drilled out, and I kind of like it. Here's the rest of the engine. And back here, right where the tip of my finger is, there is the other side. Today we're going to replace this rotor, this caliper, and inside here there are some components that I'm going to take out and replace. The coil spring is in good shape, so I'm not going to worry about that. But when I do have to worry about that, no, that won't fall into play. But this is going to be handy when you have to redo your shocks, because all you do is just cut that zip tie. This piece falls out, save it. You just need to replace the zip tie. So, pretty much working front to back. Take the hub out, take the caliper off, take it, hang it on the spring, then come back down here, and when you start taking the bearings out inside of here, then this rotor will just kind of drop. And when you take things apart like this, work front to back, and then over on the side here I'll have some cardboard and I'll lay my pieces out the way they came off, and then on this side I'll have my new pieces, and when it's time to install I'll just reverse the order. So without any further ado, I'm going to get to it, and hope you guys have a great day. The birds are singing, the sun's starting to peek over my trees, so my shade's going to be running out. But this is a one-person brake bleeder tool. You can look it up online. There's a ton of videos on them, but that brake fluid there is very dark. And now it's clear, so better use of the brake fluid. Keep a bucket of Dawn in water. Rinse your hands or tools as you go, because now here's the setup. Okay, I got all my tools, brake cleaner, more brake cleaner, the new parts, plenty of rags, because once you get inside here, there's going to be some old grease we're going to repack. Have yourself a wastebasket, some hangers, and neat little trick now they're doing with the auto products. They have these straws that you used to use them one time and then spend 15 minutes looking for it the next time you need it. Now they've got this handy dandy little groove in here, and the straw, the groove's on the cap here and here, and the straw just kind of snaps into place, stays put, kind of like it. So, like I mentioned earlier, the sun's getting ready to come up, so I'm going to work on this one, and then I'll work around this side, maybe catch a little bit more of the shade to take care of this side. And hope you guys have a great day. Good afternoon, everybody. This finally wraps up the little front end job here with the rotors, brakes, bearings, and shock absorbers. Quite the job. It's not hard to do. It just takes some time. And the tool tip for you: if you do take on this job and you get bearings, make sure you fit them on first to make sure they fit, because the ones I received, I was so happy to get them and get to work. I greased them all up and they didn't fit. So that involved a few hours locating the bearings I needed at 3 different stores, which was a time destroyer, but they were very helpful. Napa on Broad Street. Recommend them. You'll have a great afternoon.